never understand how two ex-drug dealers now have a son that's addicted to drugs. Anyway, this is the mid-season, well, the winter finale for Empire, Season 3, Episode 9. A furnace for your foe. The episode starts off with, basically, Angelo, he's going in, he's trying to speak to the people, because he's running for mayor, and he needs his numbers up, because he's down in the polls. He has Cookie by his side, his mother's there as well. And Cookie has to step in because Angelo isn't in touch with the people. They're giving a lot of pushback. They don't care if he's black. They just see him as a politician. Cookie comes in, it's just like, you know what? I'm from Southside as well. You know, the only difference between where I lived and where you guys are is you didn't have some hoity-toity beach. So, of course, that makes people laugh. And then she's also like, my father, he was a plumber. He was a hard-working man. I didn't come from much, but trust and believe, I wouldn't be with someone who I didn't feel like was the truth, that was someone that actually cared about people, that was for the people. So I need you guys to put your faith, not in him, really, in me. That's not what she said, but that's basically what happened. Because, you know, they're like, all right, so about the whole town hall that they're going to have. Oh, she was like, yeah, you know, it's actually going to be held right here at the beach. Everyone's invited, basically free admission. Come, tell a friend to tell a friend. I want you guys to all enjoy. It's not them, they, it's we. It's for us. It's for you and the people. And of course that gets them. The mother is a little bit over it because she's just like, wait a minute now, Angelo. We have donors. First of all, who's going to go and orchestrate all of this? Angelo said, you must not know who Cookie is and what she does. She's like, yes, I'll go and orchestrate it. Don't worry about that. I have that covered. He goes and tells her, you know, Angelo's mother goes and tells him that you better, you better watch that woman now. Because I can't have you going trying too much into muddy waters. I'm like, this little hoity-toity. And after you just said where your father came from, you really thinking too much of yourself. Anyway, we get to Jamal. And Jamal, he's performing. D Major is like, you almost fell off the stage. Or you actually fell off the stage. Like, do you know your marks? Are you good? Jamal's like, I'm clean right now. Don't bother me. Do not bother me. Lucious comes through with Philip. And, of course, D Major hightails it out there. Because Lucious is like, oh, isn't this cute? D Major's like, oh, Lord. Masculinity, oh, I gotta run. Philip's just like, see, I brought the person who's oppressing you the most. I'm helping you, I'm helping you. And Lucius goes and gives him a fair warning. Are you sure you want to go back on the main stage with all those eyes on you? Don't you want to do some local stuff first? Jamal said, no, this is my time. Lucius said, you know what, boy? You better do a great job, because if you screw up this time, don't even think about leaving that stage. Why don't you just go and OD on some pills? Because trust and believe, what'll happen to you if you get off that stage and not perform will be a lot worse than what happens if you take those pills and overdo it. Lucious, this is why I can't stand you. So Cookie's excited. She's thinking that Portia's there, and I would be excited too if I thought Portia was at my door. No, it's Lucious. Lucious is there to let me know, you don't really know the man that well, do you? You really don't. I see you're going organizing stuff for him. You know he's just using you, right? You know he's just using you for your next come up. And the thing is, I understand where you're coming from. But you need to realize that I'm the man for you. What he's trying to do, he can help you out. But if this is what you want to do, and this is who you want to be with, I clearly can't control that. So I'll even go and help you out. I'll give you my general blessing, resources, whatever you need. Because I know you're the best. I know that his mother's probably second guessing you. And you know, Lucius is trying to go and butter her up. Why? Because there's going to be a huge fall. Tariq decides that he wants to tell his advisor, here is information. The video that Shine took, which I told you guys, it was actually evidence for Tariq. You're like, oh, I'm not sure. Please, I know this stuff. Why do you guys second guess me? I've never been wrong once. This is what I do. Anyway, Tariq, after showing the video and the lyrics, talking about how, of course, Frank Gat's daughter, and how these two men were supposed to be his friends. Now, Tariq goes, and thanks to the email leak that Andre supplied, now the names are out there. Tariq went and researched them. It was like one guy was paid $55,000, next 94,000. Well, 53 and 94. Tariq says, all right, here is my witness board. And he pulls out this crazy board. Don't worry, I'll have the board up for you. He pulls out this crazy board that has all of the Line family and everyone that's ever been a part of the Line family. And it's like, okay, these people were killed. These people were X'd out. Here is the one person who would want Frank Gathers killed. And now he's trying to go and convince his boss, look, I need you to go and freeze Empire's assets. And the boss agrees, and he's going to do it for 30 days. You have 30 days to go and get me some more evidence before I unfreeze it. I'm like, wait a minute. You can freeze a company's assets, and how are they supposed to get paid? Like, I'm looking at him like they have bills to... I didn't know you could... Savages. Savages. I'm like, Tariq, you are so petty. You are so petty right now. Lucious decides he wants to go and talk to Angela's mom. Why? Because he needs to convince her to get rid of Cookie. And so, because she's like, you know, I know what you want. You want me to get rid of Cookie. She says, yeah, because I want to be with her. Great. So what are you going to do for me? Well, I can go and help you with the situation with your son. Oh, with my son. Yeah, because he wants to win for mayor. I'll make sure that that happens. There's some evidence that this reporter's trying to bring up. I'll go and silence that for you because that's what she wants. It's like, okay. So I think it's going to be a beautiful friendship. Now, while that's going on, the conversation goes a little left because she's like, oh, well, you know, I don't have to go and get my hands dirty. I let people like you do that for me. Something to that effect. I'm looking at her like, this hoity-toity... Okay, she's black and she's Felicia Rashard. I have to keep thinking she's Felicia Rashard. I have to keep thinking that because I'm like, this little... Anyway, Anika is going playing around with Lucious because Lucious and her... Well, Lucious was asleep. Anika stayed in his bed and he was like, didn't I tell you to get out of my bed by the time I wake up? She said, I'm not going nowhere. You know how they have this cat and mouse game. And she goes under the covers to, you know, give him some Becky give him some head, and while that happens, or while that attempts to happen, oh, Lucious's mama comes in with a vacuum cleaner. So oh my God, he was like, Mama, what are you doing? She said, I'm not doing anything different than what she's doing. But we're both sucking up things. I'm just sucking up dust. Oh my God. Anika said, I'm going to take my baby and leave. I'm thinking, you have no money. Where are you going to go? And unless you get rid of your mother. Cookie finally goes to Jamal's house and talks to Jamal one-on-one. Because now Cookie has to go and get Jamal. Make sure Jamal's ready to perform. But none of that actually matters. Because Cookie's like, so where are they? Where are what? The pills, stupid. Okay, where are the pills? He goes into the closet, gets some. He goes into his purse. Why do I say purse? Jesus. His satchel. You know, his man bag, his satchel. Gets him. And Cookies is like, oh, so if I go and soup around, I'm not going to find anything else? He was like, no. No. She's like, oh, okay. He's like, oh, wait. He goes into the cabinet. Into the oh, Jesus. So, this is my ancestry thing. Oh, yeah, by the way, 95% African. So, whoop, whoop to that. So, he goes in, takes out. It's like, here we go. I'm like, he had it in the cereal box? Jeez. Man, dang. Hell of a drug. So, she just had this look of, is there any more? And he had that look of, no, like, I honestly don't know if there is. She takes them all, so it's like, we're gonna get you clean before you even perform. Do you hear me, boy? Do you hear me? He has this look of, yes, Mom. And she's just over it because that was the thing I've been saying this whole time. Who's gonna step up and be the parent to these kids? And it looks like it had to be Cookie. Because Cookie let me know, I am not gonna let my kids slip on me. That's not going to happen. I'm back home after doing 17 years. I'm going to watch these kids like a hawk. And she finally, you know, in my opinion, his producer and boss and then mother on the side, she stepped in. It's like, I was an ex-drug dealer. How in the hell am I going to have a son who's addicted to pills? You really think I don't know the signs? You really think you're going to play me? You really think I'm going to let you go down this? Not going to happen. Lucious goes and threatens this editor, whatever his name is. The editor wanted to go and rat out Angelo, which normally Lucious will be cool with, but he has the agreement with Diana, so he needs to go and cover this up. He has Sticky Fingers go and perform this song of, you know, if you go and snitch and open your mouth, your family, as in your wife, your kids that you didn't think I knew about, they're all in danger. They're all in danger. They're just like, oh my gosh, you're trying to threaten me? And because he's like, oh, I don't like rap music. I don't understand rap music. And it's like, you people. And he doesn't like Edison. He doesn't like Edison because he's black. He is racially profiling. And Lucious found that out to be a fact. Because he said, you know, oh, you're so entitled. Lucious said, oh, us black people are just so entitled. It's like, yeah, you people are. Lucious, you need to just do this for the culture. You just need to, you need to, I'm like, Lucious, I'm on your side right now. Get him. Sick him. Lucious said, you know what? That's a man that's so loyal to the cause because he's rapping about a promise. He's rapping about the struggle. He's rapping about how he feels. So it's a promissory note for that. Like, get him. Lucious goes and delivers. He says Edison's not going to rat and on Angelo. Oh Lord, Diana sang a different tune when she met with Lucious because she was saying, you know what? I realized something. The Cookie effect. Cookie is good for business. And because Cookie is good for business, she's not going anywhere. She's not going anywhere. And I'm sorry, I'm just gonna, I'll invite you to some dinners. I'll make it up to you. I'll put you on the board of something. He said, excuse me, I could do that all well on myself. I need your son out of the picture. But don't worry. Just know that I'm going to chuck this up for goodwill and say that this is for the campaign because he's a good man. He really is. I think he's actually good for the city and he's a black man at that. So I'll let him live for now. I'm looking at her like, are you that dumb? Are you that hoity-toity that you think that the world is just eating out of eating out of the palm of your hand right now? That's not how it works. Andre is having a moment. Nessa finds him and he's just all cuddled up. It's like, because he goes and explains the fact that he's bipolar. And Nessa's like, I know that. She said, so what did Rhonda do for you? Everything. The pills, put me on the schedule, make sure I was good, took care of me. She said, I'm not doing that. Like, what? Again, I'm not doing that. Oh, so is this over? He said, no, I'm going to help you help yourself because I'm a strong black woman. And I need she is a strong black man. That's what I got from that. But he was just like, oh my gosh, thank you. And that's what I was thinking too. I'm like, Rhonda, why did you take care of him? You should have built him up. All you did was put a band-aid on him. That's why he's partially the way he is now. And maybe he would stop seeing her if he had an actual funeral for... Because there she is in that white again. Like, now you know she's trying to take my place, isn't she? Like, Rhonda, well, don't worry. We'll get you a funeral. Stop it. Now Lucious goes and he talks to Cookie and Cookie's like, okay, so what's really good? What's going on? Because I can't access anything. Well, the feds put a 1 month hold on our assets, so we can't access anything. She said, see, I did 17 years just to go and not be able to. I did 17 years for this. For this. He said, hold up now. I got your back. Don't worry about it. I'm going to handle it. He was looking in the bag like, damn, are you selling drugs again? Where'd you get that money? Don't worry about where I got it. I'm sure she sold some of the things that she had. Don't worry about where I got it. Just know that I have it. I had to go and pay these people up front, these vendors, for Angelo's things. So it's like, oh, you still doing that? Yeah, I'm still doing that. Trust me, nothing's going to get in the way. And then there's a flashback of Lucious performing in a club. Oh, you know, an underground thing. And Cookie is there. She's vibing out. And then she goes and she kisses him and walks away. She's like, see, that's the woman I miss right there. That look in your eye. It was like, God, why are you still here? Why are you still here? Lucious has a plan. So next thing we know, Lucious is walking in the FBI headquarters with Thirsty. Like, oh, if you got a problem with me, cuff me. If you got a problem with me, cuff me. I'm thinking, cuff him. Cuff him. Lucious goes and he tells the FBI, he rats out Tariq, and I thoroughly enjoyed all of it. He said, see this man here? You have a vendetta against me, and I don't understand it because I'm a good man. I'm like, oh, that's a lie. But I employ a lot of people, and so you're taking foods out of their money out of their household, which means food out of their kids' mouths and out of their families' mouths and educations, all because of something petty. The fact that you are upset with me, that my brother, yes guys, brother, we have the same father. That's why he's really mad. He's thinking that I took our father away from him, when the reality is our father wanted me to go and find him, but he died in the streets, and because he died in the streets as a cop, he was a good man. He wasn't perfect, but he was a good man. He died in the streets, and I didn't know my brother's name, so I never knew where to look for him. And I'm just like, okay, this story's good and all, and I'm here for it, but look at everyone else. Everyone else says, let's look go. So we really putting in all this time and work and effort to take down these people when you just have a personal vendetta. Lucious even gives Tariq their father's badge, and Tariq took it. And then Lucious left. And because they were about to shoot him when Lucious went and reached for something inside of his pocket. And Thurston's like, oh damn, y'all really scared of a black unarmed man that bad? Andre's there, you know, helping put together the event for Cookie, and Cookie looked really good. And she was looking for Jamal. It's like, where's Jamal? She asked Andre. I don't know. Becky's just like, oh, actually, he's still at his apartment because I sent the car, and that was 2 hours ago. The car is still waiting. Now, of course, they have the Woke Foundation. The kids go and perform again. It's like, this is cute. I really like this. I really appreciate this. Cookie goes to Jamal's apartment, and he's throwing up. She's like, oh, God, you relapsed. He said, no, I'm going through withdrawal. I'm going through withdrawal. And he was like, Mommy, I need the pills. I need the pills. She said, no, I can't do that to you. No, we're not playing around. She said, I'm dead ass. I'm like, oh, so she's serious. Because, you know, if you're from New York, you're from the city, period, you know dead ass. Like, I'm dead ass. I was like, okay, she's serious. Jamal, you're going to have to figure out another way to do this. You need to go on stage. You need to shake it off. That didn't look like he was going to be able to shake it off. So Cookie looked at him and said, he's like, I can't do this without. I'm like, oh, God, you're really addicted. She went, next thing we know, inside of his kitchen where she originally put the pills down the drain. I'm like, he didn't have a disposal? Should have crushed those things up. And she took out the plumbing, the pipes, and there were the pills. As runny and nasty and germ-filled as could be, Jamal took them, went doop doop. The water's like, thank you. Cookie had this look of, boy, trust and believe, this isn't over. I can't believe I just had to do this for you. Now, while that's going on, Hakeem, and I almost forgot that Hakeem was on the show. I was like, wow, that was quick. That makes me feel like some of these people, they're not necessarily replaceable, but their storylines just aren't as big as we think they are. Hakeem's performing with Tiana, and I do like the remix of the song better than Star, because it sounds like he even got sped up. I was like, okay, now we talking, okay. And while that's happening, Lucious meets up with Shine. Shine is like, okay, what's going on? What's with the assets? I'm trying to pay people. I'm paying good producers out of pocket. It's getting expensive. Lucious, what's wrong? Lucious pulls him aside with Thirsty and says, the FBI have put a freeze on Empire assets, and you know what? I'm in the hole as well. Shine said, you know what? I can liquidate assets. I went around buying stuff in the hood, and you know the land has a value. So I can get, what you need 50,000? I mean 50 million? I can get that for you. In a couple of days, I can get that for you. Just give me a little bit of time. I'll get that. I'll liquidate my assets. And he's like, oh, you're doing this kindness of your heart? No, I want a percentage of Empire. And that's what it's like, boom! So you worked with Tariq so that you could go and have this happen to Empire so that you could buy your way into Empire. That was his goal the whole time. Remember, Lucious was like, I'm not giving you anything Empire-wise. And Shine said, don't worry about that. I'm going to get it one way or the other. Thirsty said, you cannot trust that man. That's the type of man that will go smile in your face and stab you in the back, regardless of what he says he comes from. Now, while Tiana and Hakeem are performing, at the end of it, Hakeem kisses Tiana, and Tiana's just like, what the? And she was like, you know what? No, this is actually what I wanted, because I think Tiana realized for career purposes, this is just her best shot. She knows that really without Hakeem, without the heat behind her and beside her, her career is just like okay. Even though Tiana has the best songs on Empire, let's be real. But for show purposes, things were always better when it was Hakeem and Tiana. That's the thing. They are a great duo. They really are. So Tiana goes and kisses him back. So it's like, okay, we can play along with this. He's like, I'm going to introduce you to Bella. It's going to be cool. Why was Andre on the beach with... Andre was on the beach with Rhonda. Holding Rhonda. Talking to Rhonda. Rhonda was saying how, look, you have to let me go. You have Nessa. She's going to go and work with you. It's going to be great. You need to be ruthless. I love the fact that you're ruthless, that you're taking us. Go and use Nessa to control the music, so you'll have all the power. And Andre, kill that bee. Kill that bee. And you know what we're talking about. Anika. I'm like, Anika, not Onika. Anika. So then he gives her that final. Why is Andre, what's his name? Trey? Why is the actor who plays Andre, he plays sad and depressed and hurt so well. So well. So well. It's ridiculous. I guess this is the closest thing that we're going to get to a funeral for Rhonda. Because she goes in that white veil. She walks, white dress, walks into the water. I'm like, Andre, stop. Don't walk with her. He lets go. She lets go. So, you know, he isn't walking there. But she goes, walks into the ocean, and she's finally gone. Like, okay, we're not going to see her again. I'm like, oh, this is sad. This is really sad. But is Anika going to die next? Gosh. So his baby mama on the show, and then potentially his wife in real life? Go off the show? No. That's going to be crazy. Because the ending to this is crazy. Now, of course, they're still trying to figure out, okay, where is Cookie? Where is Jamal? They finally come, and they're both dressed in white. Cookie's like, okay, you ready? You ready? It's like, hello! Get it together. Ow, that actually hurt. Dang, that hurt. Get it together. Get it together. So she goes, takes off the sunglasses from him, tells him to get on stage. He's like thanking everyone, like, thank you, thank you. I'm like, you better go and you better do this performance. You better go and do this performance. And so then he starts, unsurprisingly. At one point he even takes off the jacket. I'm like, oh god, the drugs kicked in. That's all it was. The drugs kicked in. He's in it. He's like, I'm like, Jesus. The drugs kicked in. That's all I have to say during this performance. And he's killing it, you know, his thing of killing. I love the part where, because the background vocals were supplied by these kids, by the youth, and I love that. The interaction with that, I was all here for that part of it. Now, while that's going on, Shine is letting it be known by Tariq, because Tariq's pretty much screwed as far as his case. And Shine's like, hey, what's wrong? Because Tariq knows that Lucious is getting money somehow. Somehow, everything isn't falling through for him. And it's Shine. Shine is supplying the money so that he gets an official stake in Empire. And Tariq's like, how are you going to go and double cross the both of us? What if I go and snitch on you? Shine said, you know what? I'm crazy. I don't have a problem walking up to Lucious and saying, I did it. And then your cover will be blown, because I'll make sure that your cover is blown. What are you going to do then? What are you going to do then? Jamal's still doing what he needs to do on stage. He comes off of it. It's like, Mom, I did good. I did good. Right? Oh, it was great. It's like, you did great. It was like, yeah, I know. I'm like, damn. What is it? I know there's a natural high after performing, but there's a huge difference between, oh my God, that was great. I can't believe it. And, oh, yeah. Oh my God, Cookie, you need to get him under control. Next, we see Empire's version of You Need to Do Better intervention style. They had everyone there. Portia, Chicken, Andre, Hakeem, Lucious, let's see, of course, Cookie, Angelo, Diana. I mean, everyone was there. Tiana, Becky. You are going to rehab. You hear me, boy? You are going to rehab. And Phillips is like, you know, you need to chill. He was like, don't touch, no. I'm like, Really, Jamal? Get it together. Lucious said, son, you are going to rehab. This is no discussion. You need to get clean. You need to get together. I'm like, oh, this could be interesting. Now, I hope he actually goes to rehab and we don't see him that much on the show, because some of these other storylines need to be exposed. Now I'm interested to see some of the other stuff, because they really didn't set him up for a whole lot. So I'm glad that they're like, we are a black family. We were both drug dealers. We can't have a son that was addicted to drugs. That's not what they're saying, but they're like, we've seen what this actually does to people. We're not going to let that happen to our own son. Now I'm glad they came together for that. Now Lucious and Cookie are walking. It's like, you know what, go and be with your, we're handling Jamal. He's all good. Go and be with your man. I'm like, wait a minute. This is a little too, we have a couple of minutes left in this show. What's going on here? Next thing we know, Edison, that reporter that wanted to go and expose Angelo, decides, I'm coming back. But he's coming back with a vengeance with Lucious, because Lucious wasn't going to go and be double-crossed by nobody. By nobody, especially the mother of the man who's taken his woman. Next thing we know, the guy questions him, so, what happened with you going into and having that car accident? It was a DUI. And he was like, oh, well, Cookie was like, no, things happen. Don't come at him. This happens to the best of them. He said, no, here's something you don't understand. Well, did you know that there was actually another woman in the car, and his car basically sank to the bottom of the lake, and he didn't go and save her? Cookie was like, you did what? I'm like, Cookie, relax. There's more to the story. He's like, no, that's not what it is. You don't understand. Lucious had these balloons, just like, he lets them up in the air like, ha ha, got him. It doesn't matter what the truth actually is, because the lie's more entertaining, and that's what Cookie's going to focus on, so your relationship is ruined. Don't ever cross me again, woman. I'm like, Lucious, you ain't niche, but I can't even be mad at you. I can't be mad at you, because for once, you held up your end of the bargain. You were double-crossed, and this is what happens when you get bed with the devil. I mean, it really is Lucious. Lucifer. Lucian. Not Lucian. Lucian's a good guy. If you watch Loving You Is Wrong, you understand what I'm talking about. Shine is at one of his strip clubs. He's performing. Well, actually, I shouldn't say he's at his strip club. I think he's at Leviticus, or part of Leviticus. And he's having a good time. He has the strippers there. And, what's his name? Andre comes and wants to speak to him. It's like, we need to talk, because I have a proposition for you. Here's the thing. I know that it was you. I'm not stupid. I know that you were the one that orchestrated all of this. Meaning, you went and had Tariq give Tariq information so that Tariq could go and get concrete evidence to not liquidate, but freeze Empire's assets. By doing so, you could get a stake in Empire yourself. But here's how this is going to go. I'm going to go and tell my father unless you do what I say. He said, why don't I just go and tell Lucious anyway? Because I'm not scared of him. He said, you want what you want. You want Empire. That's fine. I don't even really care about that anymore. My goal is to just take it from my father. And so I'm going to use you. We're going to work together. We're going to make the next big thing. By doing that, we will take over the music side. I already have the business side on lock. You take your stake. We control the stake. The shareholders. And by doing so, we can do what I really want to do. It's like, what are you getting out of this? We're going to go and I'm going to kill Lucious. I said, what? I'm like, Rhonda, why'd you have to go and die? Oh, why'd you have to go and die? I know you wouldn't have let this happen. God. How did he go from I want to make my daddy proud to I want to go and kill him? Andre, Jesus. Fix it, Jesus. Fix it. Please like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already done so. I don't know I'm flabbergasted. I'm so lost right now. I just don't know. Like, I'm partially here for it, partially not. I'm like, oh God, is Andre gonna die? Like, what's gonna happen? Tell me what you think. But it's gonna be interesting. I'm gonna tell